Hey peoples, well, unfortunately the vlog's a little bit late this month. It's Christmas Eve. This isn't my normal setting. In fact, I've had to come out of the van because it's the only place where I can get some peace and quiet just for a couple of minutes to try and film this month's vlog. First of all, very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays to all that have subscribed to the channel, that have added to the channel. The idea behind it is we can all learn a little bit. You've learned a little bit from what I've put up, hopefully, and I've learned a little bit from you as well, you guys who've added comments to the bottom of videos. The form of this one though, and it starts off with Merry Christmas everybody, peace and goodwill to all men on earth. Why has it gone that way, or why am I looking that way? I've been looking over the last year's forums and Facebook pages and noticed that I don't know what's happening with the community. It seems, I don't know whether DJs have become more hot-headed, more competitive or what, but everybody seems to be putting each other down. There doesn't seem to be any help there or anything to learn there, or very little, should I say, very little. If I said nothing, then I'm wrong. There's a few good guys out there, but people post pictures of their setup and sometimes I get constructive criticism. They don't like it, then they'll lash out. People will post pictures of their setup and the criticism isn't constructive. In fact, it's out and out flaming them. People work different ways. People do different things. But it's always worth looking at that with open eyes and seeing if you can take just a little nugget of knowledge, information, learn a little nugget from that person. Maybe it's the way they've cable tied their cables up. Maybe it's they don't use Scrim Kings, they use something different. But it's always worth looking at. Don't flame a person for having an idea. Don't shoot them down for having this idea. The idea might not be good. You could explain to them why, or why you think it's not good. But don't flame them. The internet is a very, very good tool. It's a fantastic tool. But there's a problem with it. With Facebook pages, with forums, etc. You can't see the expression on somebody's face as they're typing something. You can't hear the tone in their voice as they're typing something, and therefore you have to be very, very careful what you type and how you type it. What you think may be funny may come off as downright sarcastic or nasty to somebody else. So it's always worth typing something out, type in a comment or a post, and then reading it back and think, how would I take that if I couldn't see that person's face, if I couldn't hear that person's voice? Maybe that's where some of the problems are coming from. People aren't thinking before they type. I don't know. But to me, forums, Facebook pages, etc. are there for people to learn something and to help each other out, not to shoot each other down. It's one of those things. You know, guys, you need to back off each other a little bit. It's, like I said, peace on earth, goodwill to all men. You know, just give a little goodwill. Think a little bit before you say something. You might have had a bad day, but don't take it out on somebody who's trying to help, or you're trying to help them. They might have got something completely wrong. They might ask for some help, and you go in with, "Oh, you're a stupid idiot, you do it this way." No. "Oh, mate, no, no. Do it this way round, it's a little bit easier." It's just the way you approach people. Because if you approach people like that, there's one of two things, well, one of three things are going to happen. First one, they're not going to ask another question in the forum, which is going to damage our industry, because the people aren't going to want to come to a forum to ask a question. They're going to make silly mistakes. They're going to carry on making silly mistakes, and all DJs are going to be tarred the same. They're just idiots, they don't know what they're doing. Second thing that's going to happen, they're going to retaliate. You're not going to like that if you've typed that comment. They're not going to like that. All winds up in a big circle of hatred. Nobody's going to want to help each other out. Or finally, the third thing that's going to happen are these guys going to leave these forums. The newbies, or even people who are seasoned, they're going to leave these forums. They're not going to be there to help other people out. They're just going to leave. They're going to think, you know what, there's no point in giving any advice because I get flamed every time. They're going to walk away from it. Just think, when you type a comment, how would I like somebody to reply to me? And maybe, just maybe, that'll even things out a little bit. Because of course, the other thing that's going to happen is people look through these forums and they get to know people. Whether they're good or bad, they get to know them. And you pass on bookings to them. You get to know their calibre, how good they are, their skills, how they work, whether they're a wedding DJ, a club DJ, a video DJ. And when a gig comes up that you need covering, or somebody offers you the work, you're going to think, do you know what? So-and-so is very, very good. I reckon he's up to standard. I'll pass the gig on to him. I'll put my name to that guy and pass it on to him. And then they'll start passing work back as well. It's all about working together, not about trying to flame each other and who's the best and who's got the biggest rig, the biggest, excuse me, the biggest ego. And one of the forums, a couple of guys have put it down to, they call it willy waving. You'll probably understand it, but it's not all about willy waving. It's about learning from each other, helping each other, passing each other bookings. So that's my Christmas vlog. Got it out of the way. It's a little bit of a rant, a little bit of a vlog. That's my Christmas vlog. I'll be back in January with a fresh vlog. All sorts of things going on in the industry, and I'll tell you more then. Until then, just remember, happy Christmas to you all. Peace on earth and goodwill to all men. Take cares.